Meteorologist Chessie McNeil. I love the aspect that you mentioned at the top of the show on how the sun breaking through could actually contribute to the storms.
Yeah, that's going to add to the heating, which will add to destabilizing the atmosphere, which could make those storms even stronger, something that we didn't want, right? We thought the storms would come in a little bit earlier, around the 10, 11 o'clock hour. That front is still back off to the west of us, and now the clouds are breaking up. And so that could add to the problems out there for us. It's pretty breezy over here in Georgia's Rome. You can see the flags there flying around. Still have mostly cloudy skies here. There are some breaks here and there. And so again, helping to destabilize the atmosphere. So we're still watching what's taking place back off to the west, because that could start to spark up. We see a few showers around the Rome area, but for the most part, things have been light. We had a nice little line move through the area. Now those are starting to break up a little bit, headed toward Helen and over toward Mossy Creek. And then back off to the west, you can see where we have just a few isolated showers. Some moderate pockets in there indicated by the yellows here, and a little bit of red up there, indicating some very heavy rain just north of Dalton. But for the most part, this has been on the light side, and I don't see any lightning strikes associated with what's going on right now here in this particular area. Further back off to the west, well, these lines could get really starting to fire up over into northern parts of Alabama. We have some back off toward Mississippi as well. And so we'll watch these to see if they happen to develop, because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take these storms to really start to fire up, and then as they move over toward us, we'll start to get robust as well. And again, with the daytime heating, we can really see that fire up. So you have to be weather ready, folks. Be prepared. Even though we're not seeing anything or much on the radar right now, doesn't mean we won't get any of those thunderstorms or even tornadoes later on this afternoon. Look at the temperatures right now, into the 70s, low 70s, just about everywhere you look. It's up here to the far northeast that we have temperatures in the 60s. You got 67 degrees in Blairsville, 69 Gainesville, and 66 up toward Clayton at the current hour. We're going to give it a 4 out of a possible 11 on the wazometer for today. You see the clouds in place and the chance for those showers and those thunderstorms. I think it will linger later this afternoon. Initially, we were saying by 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, it'd be wrapped up, but I think there's still the threat for a few of those isolated showers or thunderstorms to be around. 78 degrees, the forecast high, and that will depend on really how much of a break we get in these clouds. That sun could really heat us up. We saw those temperatures yesterday well into the 80s, and so some spots could hit those 80s as we get into the afternoon. Most of the activity as far as any severe weather goes has been well down to the south of us, over southern parts of Alabama, over the panhandle of Florida, and you can see where we have the tornado watch that is in effect right now in that particular area. Some of those will start to slide a little further off toward the northeast, but that will impact the southern portions of our state. That watch has not been extended into our state as of yet, but we're watching that as well. It's from these cells that you see here off to the west that we could see our thunderstorms here in northern Georgia. So we'll be watching that as we head through the day. The front itself still well back off to the west of us, got a trough ahead of it, so any of these moving through could fire up those thunderstorms. Keep in mind, we are under a level 3 threat for severe weather. This according to the Storm Prediction Center. That's 3 out of a possible 5. Strong winds, really the major threat with this. Those winds up to about 60 miles per hour plus, certainly possible. Hail and tornadoes are possible as well. When you look at the probabilities, they have increased. Yesterday when we were looking at the same maps, we were looking at the tornado probability on the green and brown here, which was the very low to low side. Now we have that yellow there, so it's been elevated. Also, the hail has been elevated as well, but look at the winds, it's been enhanced. And so, again, those 60 to maybe up to 70 mile per hour winds, that could do damage as well. Maybe knock over some of those trees, knock down some power lines. So we'll be looking out for that, especially if it's going to be later in the afternoon where you'll be driving home. That may impact you as well. Instead of looking like a line coming through, now the models are showing where we'll have these independent cells that will be pushing through, and in those cells you'll have these embedded thunderstorms, which will drop some very heavy rain on you and also have some gusty winds embedded in those. So not everyone receiving those all at the same time, like a line that's pushing into the area. We'll have it around. Here we are by 3 o'clock. We have some over toward the city of Atlanta, just south of the city, right along I-20 there. That continues to push over toward the east as well. Notice how we even see some breaks in the clouds still as we head into the evening. By the time we get to 8, 9 o'clock, expecting this to be over toward the east of us, and then some drier air will start to work in just in time for Mom's Day weekend. In fact, let's focus on that just a little bit here. Saturday, mix of sun and clouds. It will be cooler, a bit breezy as well. Temperatures only up to 72 degrees, 79 degrees on Mother's Day with mostly sunny skies. That'll be mighty nice for Mom, right? Just in time for Mom. In fact, we'll give it an 11 on the wazometer. We're looking at another 11 on Monday as we continue this nice weather heading into the work week. In fact, much of the work week looks good as well, with 10s on the wazometer for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and those temperatures gradually creeping up a little bit, but staying in the low 80s. 84 degrees for the high on Tuesday, Wednesday 84, and then 82 by next Thursday. So again, be weather ready, folks, and if you don't have our app downloaded on your phone, go ahead and do so now before the storms get in here. Aisha, back to you.